Assalamualaikum and a good day to everyone. How are you today? I hope you are good. Let's stay back and listen to me. Before I proceed with my book review, let me introduce myself. My name is Akid Elhazeeq Bin Ahmad Kamal. I am 12 years old and I study in Sekolah Kebahasaan SERI MELATI, Johor Bahru. My school code is JBA 1061. I love playing football and badminton. I love reading too. When I grow up, I want to become a teacher and teach pupils. Today, I'm glad to share one of the books that I've read. The title of the book is Titanic. The writer of the book are Anna Claiborne and Katie Danes. This book was published by Usborne Publishing Limited in India in 2006. There are 61 printed pages in this book. There are some attractive features of this book. It has a hardcover and easy to hold. It also has an attractive picture of the ship too. What makes this book interesting? Besides its contents, colorful photos and illustrations are one aspect that make it become attractive. Other than that, the language used is simple and easy to understand by a child like me. Let me tell you about the Titanic's timeline. In 1908, the Titanic, the White Star Line begins to build two new boats, the Titanic and the Olympic. In 31st May 1911, the Titanic was launched and entered the water for the first time ever. In 10 April 1912, the Titanic sets sail from Southampton and stops at Cherbourg, France. In 11 April, the Titanic calls at Queenstown, then sets off across the Atlantic Ocean for New York. The journey would take 6 days. The journey would take 6 days. For several days, they had been warned of icebergs. In 14 April, the Titanic hits an iceberg. Chunks of ice broke and fell onto the deck. In the midnight, the Carpathia heard the Titanic's distress call and decided to help. In 15 April, the passengers of the Titanic started getting onto the Titanic's lifeboats. At 2:20 a.m., the Titanic sinks with the loss of 1,500 lives. At 3:30 a.m., the Carpathia arrives at the sea. At 4:10 a.m., the Carpathia crew member finds the lifeboats and begins to help the 705 survivors aboard. In 18 April, the Carpathia docks in New York. In 1953, people started looking for the Titanic's wreck. In 1985, Robert Ballard discovers the wreck of the Titanic using submersible Argo. In 1998, scientists raise up the big piece, a section of the Titanic's hull. What can we learn from this story? Moral of the value is when the crash is occurred, everyone is in the same status, ages, and gender. Other moral value is that life can change. One moment we are enjoying pleasure and will suffer. As a conclusion, this book is interesting and it makes us learn about the Titanic's tragedy. Well, I arrived at the end.